Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be covering the December title update that just went live. And it's something that people have kind of been anticipating since last night because there's a couple really big changes that we will cover. As far as gameplay changes, there's not a whole ton, but that's always what I prioritize. I like to talk about the gameplay changes because it affects everybody. But I'll leave the full patch notes in the description as well as the comment section if you guys want to just read through them yourselves. So the first section here, it talks about X Factor Superstar updates. So they finally made some changes to players, in regs and what abilities and Superstar X Factors that they have. And I'm not going to go through all of these, but as you can see, Mark Andrews, AJ Brown, Darius Slay, Saquon Barkley, Max Crosby, Demario Davis. And then they have the full list of the new Superstar players and then the demoted Superstar players. So you guys can look through those if you would like. As far as playbooks go, they have made some changes, some very minor changes to playbooks that are right there for you guys to look at. I don't really want to go through these. I would say that the main one here is this was kind of a meta play, was the gun deuce close RPO read flat wheel, causing a wide receiver to line up beyond the line of scrimmage. This was the fix to the play. Like they basically just made him line up offsides and then you couldn't really snap. So I guess now you can. And at that point, we now have to look and see if the logic is going to hold up. Because remember, they said last patch that they fixed the logic in regards to covering this play. So I'm going to take a look at that later today and we'll see if that play is still broken. As far as the other gameplay changes, we have a couple minor catching changes. I'd say this is one that could be a big deal, fix an issue, allowing receivers to catch tip passes when they shouldn't have. That's something that, was pretty frustrating, especially if you don't have like tip drill or pick artist or whatever on your cornerbacks. And then basically what would just happen is you would drop the pick and then they would kind of catch it. Hopefully that's fixed. As far as pass coverage changes, tuning to man coverage positioning for defensive backs when covering slower receivers, decreasing the amount of cushion so that the defender can better make plays on the ball. Fix an issue allowing user-controlled defenders to automatically trigger interception catches without any user input. Don't see anything super big about either of those. This one could be a very big deal for toters. Fix an issue where the backside offensive tackle would not pick up the defensive end on run plays, especially when facing formations like Dollar. Dollar has been a huge issue this year in regards to stopping the run. It's not just because of what's listed here in this note. There's just a lot of reasons that go into it. But Dollar has kind of been the thorn in the side of anybody who wants to be a heavy toter. And any changes that they make that kind of take away from Dollar and add to toters, I'm personally for it because I don't believe Dollar should be kind of a universal run defense against whatever formation. I don't think it's realistic. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm also not a fan of toters. So it's kind of like, I'm trying to be objective here. I don't think it's good for the game to have Dollar stopping the run like that. As far as the other changes here, we do have modified the deep out elite ability, so receivers will not get 100% catch when the receiver is in double coverage. I actually never used deep out elite. I don't know how it was activating 100% of the time. That's pretty crazy if it was. Fix an issue where the focus kicker ability was not working on PATs. I was also not using this because I don't want to use any of my AP on that, but that's good news for anybody who was using focus kicker. Address an issue where the receiver route play art would not appear for certain routes after the offense would do a no huddle. That's something that I didn't use a whole ton of no huddle, but I did see this many times where, you just couldn't see what you guys were on. And that's just a bad bug that obviously got fixed. And then this is a pretty big one. Fix an issue preventing receivers from beating outside shade when running short in breaking routes. You guys would think that this isn't a super big deal because some people don't actually do any shading, but in man coverage, there's always a natural shade with whatever play call you make. So this does affect everybody who plays versus man coverage. As far as everything else, there's one big thing we're going to talk about, which is the Madden Ultimate Team update, which is they have added MUT Practice Mode to the game. Now, I'm going to kind of cover this and I'm going to give my opinion on it. So last night they made a special reveal that MUT Practice Mode would of course be coming to the game. And it's basically going to allow you to, test your abilities, your X factors, your players before taking them to the field. You just couldn't do that. You had to go to like a regs practice mode. If you wanted to use different abilities, you'd have to trade guys over and create a custom roster. And now you don't necessarily have to do that. But the main thing is here. This is what kind of annoys me. At this time, the feature does not include a second controller support, but we are aware how important that functionality is to our players, and we are investigating adding it. I hate this word. I mean, investigating adding it, which means, yeah, it's not a top of our priority list. We're going to worry about that later, which just really like annoys me. It kind of kills the functionality of using this mode because now you can only go against like a stock coverage. You know what I mean? Like you can't like even pinch your defensive line to test how your run play does versus a pinch defensive line or whatever. It's just kind of pointless. I am glad that MUT finally has a practice mode. I think that's very crucial in regards to making things kind of gameplay accurate. If you're a big MUT player, it should have been in the game for years. I think making a special reveal over it is kind of childish. It's kind of like patting yourselves on your back when you're doing something like way later than you should have. So overall, I'm not as super hyped for it as many people are. I just think that I'm not happy with how they've done it. But you guys can let me know in the comment section what you think, if you're happy about this, if you think that they're being ridiculous, if it's kind of dead because there's no second controller support, at least not yet. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more Madden 23 content. I'll try to cover some of the gameplay changes soon. Don't know when, but I will try to. And then if you guys need additional help, acemadden.com. Become a member. Use code ACE for 15% off at checkout. I'll see you guys later.